Hello, fellow academics, and welcome back to our Beavers. We are still working on our confined area to build, and last episode we have put in the number cruncher, which is already doing a significant amount of work that is, good for us. All right. So we have also placed last time a large water wheel up there. So we want to build this, but before we're going to start this, we'll make sure that we can actually connect this while we still have the material to do so. All right, let's go into power. Put that solid power shaft in there so we can actually build it up here. And then we are just going to move over into this corner and connect it all up. All right. So a couple of options of how to do this, but I think for now we'll make sure we get over there. And then we could leave a little bit of space in this area, but I don't think we really need it right now or in the future, hopefully. So let's go ahead and place it like that. And this gives me the opportunity. Okay. We don't actually need to put the last one as a solid one in there, so that is good to know. They are focusing on this. Excellent. This is in now, so we're back with power production in this corner. And we can actually also unpause the oil press. The oil press will be quite good for us. I think last time I said there was wheat. That's obviously canola, and canola will help us produce the oil, which will allow us to make finally some use of our soybeans and create more food for our beavers. Why can't you? Oh, I paused you guys, so unpausing you. And we're back a little bit lower on beavers, but for now that is actually okay. All right, so with that, I think it is also time. It's not time. We could consider building a or placing our large housing area over here, but I think it will be much better now that we have built the number cruncher to make sure. Well, hold on, quick pause, raise this to the highest, and hopefully the flooding stops before the bad tide hits, and we have saved this area from being contaminated. Awesome. All right, so what I was saying was, I forgot. All right, we can actually unpause this. All right, science. Now that we are producing a ton of science with, I guess, a little bit, actually almost double the amount, not quite double, but a good amount more power than we actually need, we can focus on building our next power area, which will be the bad water discharge that we want to put up here. So we need a ton of gears, a ton of metal blocks, and some dynamite. So I think it is time to place down some dynamite facilities, I would say. But we also need some gears. So gear storage, it is. We're gonna place a big gear storage in there because later on we will actually need the gears for our last monument. So it's good to kind of get it in early. And this will actually be placed on normal priority because our beavers can properly focus on this now. All right. We are actually producing fermented soybeans. Awesome. The canola oil press is a bit slow, and I think it is because the transportation from all the way back here to there is a little bit long. So, but, it'll do the trick for us. We do still have a good amount of berries, so our beaver supply at least is not reduced. So, okay, all of this is coming in, all of this is coming in. maybe it is actually time to build the additional housing to make our beavers happier, so they can stay alive a little bit longer. Alternatively, we're producing an okay amount of planks. More plank production would probably be good, but I'm wondering if we should actually place that in this corner right here. Can you actually power supply a building from underneath? Like if I remove this corner piece and build the connector there, like the solid power shaft, and then put a building on top, would it be supplied by power? I kind of want to know. All right, let's go ahead, place these down already. Also gonna make sure that we have a path up here. And we need technically the triple one. No, actually only double ones. I thought these were taller. Anyways, not gonna complain. And this will probably also be our first expansion to a higher level. We could also, since this technically moves upwards, we could also actually put the upward connection here and place our facilities in this direction and then over there. It won't quite solve this question. I kind of want to know. Alright, you know what? We're gonna try this out. Okay, big water wheel over there is in. Cool. It is also connected. So now we have even more power in our system and don't really need to worry about any of this. Awesome. Food supply is slowly going up. We do need space for storage for fermented soybeans. And I've built this in a very weird way, haven't I? All right. So let's see. We do need to start building the platforms, the overhangs on top of things, just to make sure we can, you know, keep expanding. So let's see. I kind of want to unlock the largest. Oh, they're actually huge. So we could place them over there. This is obviously in the way. This would kind of work too. Now, if we were to do this, we could actually place a warehouse. Let's hear me out. If we place a warehouse here, make it face this way. I should pause. I'm not pausing. Sorry, I should pause this. Then we could actually, in our paving system, unlock this, place this in this direction over there, and this is the same height, and we can make the entrance underneath here. So if we were to put a staircase here, another staircase here, and then a double platform here, we will actually be able to access this one, which can then store our fermented soybeans and allow us to expand over here with these overhangs that I've just shown you that are 4,000 science. Insane. Alternatively, maybe we should make better use of our platforms, to be honest. We could place this as well. So if this was to move one higher, I kind of have an even level. What am I saying? All right, let's try this out. Always up for trying things out. Place, pause. Nope. They're so fast at building. I guess they're just really bored. All right. And this would actually be... yeah, I think it would actually be on this level. All right. So that is probably what we're gonna do. I'm gonna remove you. And we're not gonna build our additional wait, but will I then actually need to place it over here? Because if I place more buildings down on this level, how shall we do this? Actually, let's unpause this. They're already done building all of this over here. So let's put in the soybean storage. That will be good for us anyways. You know what? Let's not overcomplicate things. Here's what we need. We need explosive factories. And I think they are 4 deep, if I recall correctly, which means we can't place them in this corner right there. Bummer. How many? We have 40 gears in. Let's have a look again at our water. We need 300 gears, 200 metal blocks, and 50 explosives. So, yeah, I think we just need more of everything. So they have built this. I am gonna slow this down. We have 18 planks. Gonna destroy this. Place a solid power shaft on here. And then let's see if we can't actually get this, another gear workshop in here. Kind of want to place this in here, but then we're building, you know what, a staggered level doesn't sound too bad. What I mean is, as we are building this up, the wheels of the plank production will be a little bit in the way. But overall, I think we can live with that. And then we're gonna move this over here. Did it actually work? No available workers in the district. What do you mean? Oh my goodness, it works. We're just out of workers. Awesome. So where are we using up all of our workers? We have 2 berry gatherers. So now that's a bit ridiculous. Let's destroy one of you guys. As we are building another gear workshop over here. And again, make this connection right there. All right. Now we have 9 beavers available. Not available. We're lacking 9 beavers. So let's actually go ahead. We could build the advanced breeding pod. But for that, we need breeded planks, for which we need the pine trees, which we don't have anywhere. I kind of want to build this at some point. And I guess we should just place it. Let's see. What is your range? Your range is relatively big, but not big enough. We could actually remove all of these up here. At least the healthy ones. Connect this up. Place a forester down. And again, in the long run, I think I want to make sure to actually place it outside of the green area. In the long run, I want to make sure that even our wood production is kind of part of our dome. Not dome, of our tower. But that will be a little bit before we actually get there. Not necessarily in the center, right? But on the outskirts of it. All right. So here we are. We do need the explosives more, I want to say, than our apartment complex. So let's go in here. Place a couple more of these. and then place our explosive factory, which we should be able to just do. All good. Just over here. 400 science, happy to do so. And one thing that I do want to try as well, place one of these, pause, 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 and see we can actually build across this with one level levy. All right, that is actually good to know. So let's go ahead. I don't know why I deleted that. Let's go ahead and place these down as well. And then ultimately, can't use these too wide. We can use these though. Now this cost us 1,800 science. Guess who has 1,800 science? And then we can just build this like that all the way through. Shall we do this? Shall we do this? Not now. All right, we'll be working on that as we move forward. Oh, they've already put all of this in. Now, this ran out of water. Excellent, perfect timing, of course. I guess there are a few trees back there that still, you know, are growing. We're also gonna make sure that our pine trees are placed all along here. And I don't know why you didn't get dug up, so let's go in here and say bye. All right, and there's another pine tree spot that I did not, pause, no pausing, sorry. There we go. Place our pine trees all around there. Don't need you up there. I don't think you'll ever be green. And here we go. Some of them are at least growing. So, you know, it'll do for now. Ah, that is the thing I forgot, though. We do not have power over here. How could we connect this up with power? So if we destroy this, and put in a solid one up there, we're not gonna build underneath here anymore. We could actually then just run it along here. And unfortunately destroy this again. As we will be able to remove this. Put in a single platform. Nope. Another single platform over here. And we're gonna connect all of this through. Removing this power shaft for now. I guess I should have waited till the next day, but that is okay. Nope. Put this in. Set this on highest priority. This needs to be built, otherwise we are in a bit of trouble. So from a reliability perspective, this is horrendous. We only have one pathway in for our power supply, and that should not be the case. In the future, probably once we remove this, we might consider connecting it through here. And I think that could actually be quite nice. All right. They've already completely finished this. We're gonna make sure we place this in here just so we can build up as we need to. And then we're gonna put in this over here and go ahead and place our explosive facility back in. All right, here we go. I have too many beavers that are just sat around. Gonna pause one builder hut. Because the production, the creation of all of these is just way too fast. All right. What else? So we're kind of waiting for this guy to plant everything that he needs to plant. So we can make sure that we create some pine resin that will allow us to place a refined plank workshop or a wood workshop. Do you need power? You need power. So what we actually will need to do is destroy one of these and make sure there's a path upwards. You actually won't be able to get there. Alright, so instead we kind of want these, right? No, this one. Making sure, yep, there's actually this one. So if we place two of these, we will actually be able to make that connection over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And make that path right there. All right. Ultimately, what I initially set out to do is actually build this, but we're still waiting for our gears. Need to activate the fluid dump quickly, quickly, quickly. Yeah, you might be dead. Died due to, yeah. That was way too fast, so same for you. Right. All right. But I think this will also help us over here. I think we want to make this a little bit deeper to store a bit more water in there. As the droughts are getting longer, we kind of just need it. All right, I'm also gonna put in the staircases over here again. So when we have the explosives, we can actually just put it in. Right. Well, having said that, we don't really have a connection to get on. No, we do actually. No, I removed this staircase over here as well. All right, here we go. Place you down. Now we're also making sure this back here is a little bit deeper. Again, will ultimately help our beaver colony. All right. They have already built this. Very nice. Now, I have completely forgotten what we needed the treated planks for. Wow, I'm not... Oh, I see. The advanced breeding pods. I think that is worthwhile unlocking, so let's go in and unlock the treated planks building. Gotta make sure we are actually connecting this up. And very soon we also need to figure out where we're gonna place all of our hypertube stations. Let's actually have a very quick peek at them. So tubeway station, hey, you're so massive. Tubeway, solid tubeway. Yeah. So, maybe we'll actually move this. I think this would actually be a great spot for a hypertube station. And then build it out from there. I think so. But that's again like future work. That tide has ended. The regular water is coming back. I do appreciate that. That will make this life a little bit easier. We're still doing okay in terms of water storage. Not great, but overall okay. Also kind of want to explode this way so we can store some water down here. But again, I think over here getting this deeper is sort of the more important part for us to be worried about. Alright, you have nothing to do, which makes sense. I haven't built any facility for you to store anything in. And do we have treated planks already? No, of course not. We don't have pine resin. I am all over the place. Now we could wait until they are done, but let's instead try to see where we can actually put in another breeding pod. I think this corner right here looks very promising. So let's go ahead and put in a regular breeding pod. Oh, I can't place it under there. But we can actually place it here and connect this up with a pathway system over in this direction. And they're more than happy to build it, it seems. Can I actually place... I can't place this over here either. So we could make this available by removing this, putting a single platform in and a two-way overhang, kind of just like that. But yeah, not entirely sure if we are should actually be doing that. You are injured. Why are you injured? Why are you not? Okay, more beavers are getting injured, and I think it's probably because this has been placed in. Have a bad tide approaching. I'm actually not too worried about this anymore. We've gone through the bad tide without serious flooding over there, so that seems to be fine. Let's have a quick look. Now, if we want this, we would need extract, which is obviously not in here. How can I never remember where extract is? Centrifuge. Here we go. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. I accidentally hit the microphone. So we could go ahead. Like this. Now this is only too deep. So I think we're going to remove that. And start building up even higher over here. Let's see. Slow it down. Place one here. Pause. And then we could take the largest one, which I don't think we actually need. Okay. Click and pause. Oh, not the game. The build. This will actually work, and this needs to be one higher, but I'm actually okay with that. Alright, here we go. Nice. Very much like that. Alright, so let's go ahead. Place this through here. And place our connecting parts over here as well. Now, this does not seem like the most the utilitarian way of utilizing that area down here. Which makes me think maybe if we remove this and place in just these, we could utilize this entire space here or something. And that something could just be small warehouses. Let's just do it, because again, why not? All right. Now the question will be, how do we actually get over there? Because if we place it like this, we have no way of moving up here. So what I am going to do is I remove this warehouse right there, which will allow us to place a path through here and connect in here. And we're going to set all of these to store our explosives. We don't need a ton of explosives, but a little bit of storage will help. I mean, this is 4 times 30, so 120 explosives, which will definitely help us move the whole thing forward. So now that is in. While we are kind of waiting for all of this, I want to make sure we have a little bit. Is it worth unlocking this? 600 science compared to 900 science over here. You know what? Let's not unlock this. I am hopeful that we will be able to make it through the next bad tide. My famous last words. Without all of the beavers dying. Very famous last words. Alright, we do need a... Oh, this guy is done, the forester, so now we're just waiting for them to grow. I think you guys have been growing. Yeah, that's still quite a while. So let's actually place another temporary breeding pod. We're again a little bit low on beavers. We should have actually built this one. Yep, excellent. So we are slowly getting there. And I think in the long run I will remove this and replace it with a single one and then a double platform, not platform, overhang, as it will help us keep our system growing. Right. Cool. They are doing a pretty good job at building this over here already. So very exciting. So we are slowly making our way to the water discharge. And maybe we, instead of building all of this with the dynamite, we should focus on that first, because the next drought will appear. How do I know this? I just know stuff. Alright. Having said that, where would we put the additional... Actually, even if we just fill this up, we'd be in a good situation. And I do want to place another smelter somewhere. So maybe this would be a good area for a smelter. You know what? How much scrap metal? 18 scrap metals. I only have one of you down here. And you are chewing your way through this. Damn. Right. We do have the path system all the way up here. So let's focus on that moving forward. I do actually wanna... Oh, I forgot to unpause this as I was trying things out. Bad tide started. Oh, no. Will it flood? It will flood a little. It barely flooded. I think that is something we should really be focusing on in the next episode. Remove these and turn these into sluices. So we have additional overflow area and I don't need to deal with it. Alright, with that, I am going to end the episode here. Let me know what you think as we are making our way up. I think we're making decent progress. And this is starting to take shape. So I love it. I hope so do you. Thank you all for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.